everybody. Merry September Christmas. All right. Welcome to the Alan Show. Welcome
Good
to
to
the
see you.
September. What? Hold on. Technical difficulties. Guys, you know my shows are never edited. They're chaotic. They just happen to be. If I'm in the mood, light up your country, light up your heart, light up your mind, your nation, everybody out there. The world needs so much happiness. What is your best time of the year? Well, for me, Christmas. For me, actually, people that know me, they know I love Christmas all year round. Perhaps one of my biggest things is kind of treat people, on that Christmas spirit every day, right? But before we go through all that, light up your coconut. Light up your coconut this Christmas time. Christmas in September, very warm, right? In California. Light up your coconut, 99 cents at the hardware store. Guys, we are living in times of doom and gloom. Everybody's but the stores, they say they're gonna have great sales in September, October, November. Okay, so why not celebrate our best days, right? Starting now. Let's get that attitude. My wreath, the thing that you put at the door, that ornament, it's been there all year long. That was a symbol, and I put the lights on my window as a symbol that we were going to go through this pandemic and celebrate Christmas this year. That was my thing. I don't care what everybody thinks. I pledge that I'll do whatever possible to have a great Christmas this year, no matter how doom and gloom. In fact, I've been watching a lot of the Little House on the Prairie, that show, so to learn how people used to live with so much craziness, right? You see, life as itself is a challenge, and then if you add all this other stuff, all this news and all, it just makes it impossible, really. You get muddy with it. So today we're going to talk about something really important, that we're going to go back to basics, to the knowledge. Go back to, guys, these are just a prop, right? I'm not endorsing any books or anything. You can be scientific. In my show, you're welcome, as long as you come in peace, like in the old Wild West. We live in this world. It's a minuscule piece of light. We just don't see it because we are that light. You see what I mean? And we belong on a bigger light. Like, let's say you went to space, right? You see the earth. Every person that turn on the lights every night light up the world, and it becomes this shiny star. So when every one of us decide, okay, I'm not going to turn on my lights tonight, guess what? The earth is going to look like a dead piece of rock in space, right? Like that. The same thing happens with us. If we decide today, I'm not going to light up my coconut, and I'm not going to be charitable, I'm not going to be giving, I'm not going to be giftful too, I'm not going to be hopeful, I'm not going to be caring today, because today is all about me and my pity, right? But we changed that, right? Today, we'll digress. Today, COVID pandemic started March 13, 2020. Today, 9/26/2020, day 197. Who would have thought, right? I look at all my Facebook stuff that comes back to you every day, and I look at what I was doing last year. Not much different, but I love my sports, and I attended the games, and I did a few things that are exciting that I can't do this year, but I'm still enjoying it. And we're going to make the most of it, right? If God gives us lemons, we make the best lemonade ever made, right? So here we go. We know the world right now is, and some places are going to go back to lockdowns in some areas, right? Like this thing is going to be a mess for a while. So it's mood to try to figure things out, and just we're going to love and we're going to adapt. to the new reality, the new situation. I don't know about new normal. I don't know what normal really. I mean, the world always has wars every day. You know, somewhere may not be me, but somebody else is. So it's always happening, right? Always happening in the world. So what we want to do is I'm going to talk to you about this Luke 2:11. I'm a salesman by trade. I'm not a preacher, but I'm a believer. I love my faith, right? So Luke 2:11, right? It talks about when Jesus was born, right? And when he was born, he became the hope of a city, the hope of a kingdom, right? The same thing happens to us. When we rebirth from all that nagginess and all that, we become the hope of our home, the hope of your brothers and sisters, the hope of your children, the hope of your spouse, the hope of the community. When we go, I don't care. Right? So we are, in metaphorically speaking, we are dead inside. We are only living for our own pettiness. So, but when we light up that coconut and we realize that we are important people, we are all important. These days people are talking about who's important, who's not important. We are all important when we decide we want to be important. Every person can make a difference in the life of other people, and by doing so, we make a change in our own life. We make our nation better, all our states better, all the things that we represent, right, better. And we have a better life, prosperity, love. What is it that everybody wants? Love. What is love? To me, love is is sacrifice. We make a little bit of sacrifices and then we get some back. Not always the same, not always more, but we have contentment. Like we're content, we're happy, right? So love is by doing, we create. And that's what I was talking to you about that show, the Little House in the Prairie. These people had to do all the time. The call comes, you have to have the food store. You can't just be, oh, I gotta go to the store and go. No, sometimes, things didn't arrive because of the weather. So things were moving very slowly. Therefore, you had to be on your toes all the time. That hasn't changed in history. People need to be on their toes all the time, living towards a better life. Just because something didn't work, maybe you lost your job, maybe there is something else you can do with your life besides feeling down on yourself or feeling down on the world. Christmas every day. Jesus, right? Let's talk about a little bit of that. Look, when he was born, the people around him knew who he was. And look, 2,000 years later, we're still talking about this story, right? So you see how important this is. When you are the mother of some children, you are so important to those children. You may think, oh my God, today I'm letting my kids down. You can never leave your kids down as long as you keep fighting. As a father, you can never leave your kids down as long as they see you fighting. Sometimes you fight for a lot, sometimes for very little. Life changes. That's what the whole thing is about. It's all a test. Everything is a test. If you succumb, if you surrender, you fail the test. There's no ends about it. It's like not showing up for a test at school. 0. But if you fight, and then the divinity, this thing called world, universe, sees you and it helps you. How many times have you been helped out of nowhere? Somebody came in and helped you and you didn't even know where the person came from or whatever. Miracles happen every day. It's whatever you want to believe in that's going to make the difference in your life. For me, as a salesperson, I had no choice but to be positive all the time. And it's hard. It's like But you know what? It's not as hard as having to sing in a concert when you don't want to sing, just because you sign a contract. That was my luxury. Sometimes I didn't feel like I go, under the radar, right? Just let me slack a little bit this month or whatever, because I was not all up to my optimum, but I did not quit and surrender completely, right? The same thing happened at home. Right now, we're spending a lot of time with our children, and a lot of people say, "Hey, when these kids gonna go home? To school, right?" And they're children. This is the time where you will. I have killed kids, and they're grown, and I miss those days when I used to hang around with my kids and all that. So this is the time. Don't be looking at the time negatively. Think of it as positive. How many people in the last century had the luxury to have their kids at home and you're still getting some kind of support? And for those people that don't, well, we got to do something about it. We can't just be sitting down waiting, right? We got to make this coconut work for our best interest. Meaning, be creative. Time to get small businesses, whatever we got to do in order to move on through the COVID-19 pandemic and whatever else they want to throw at it. Right? Comments are coming. Wah! What are you going to do, right? You got to put a good smile, put on your best hat, dress up like you're going to conquer the world today, and stop being a victim of the circumstances. When you see the world in trouble, you don't say, "Oh my, the world is in trouble." It needs you. It needs everybody out there, harmonious, singing, dancing. You know that Snow White with the little dwarfs, they're going, "I hope, I hope." Everybody moving. Come on, guys. Nobody can stay still on their own down. This country was made by people who took chances in snow, nor shine, nor snow. Right? So we want to be those people, hardworking, determined to succeed. Right? All the dumbest things, leave them too. Hey guys, happy September, Christmas, guys. Leave me all the crazy stuff. You guys focus on building a new life, a new world. If all this have affected you dramatically, I'm here to do the crazy things, the stupid things. You guys focus on what's gonna work for you and your children, your family, and everybody else, all right? So, guys, I'll see you again. All right, bye-bye. Yeah, guys. Let's not be dummies. Let's not follow what other people want us to follow. The madness, the crazy, I'm desperate. What? How many times do you eat a day? Guys, I come from a third world country. And I don't like talking about me because it really is irrelevant. There are so much gift here. There's so much. But if you want more and more, it's never going to be enough. Just try to make the most with what you have and you'll see how plenty it is. How much food you have stored in your home? Or just reach out like that and it comes. I see people with gallons of soda drinking it. Hamburgers this big. All that has an effect. It's a mystical thing. But only those that are connected to this thing understand the consequences of behaviors that are completely out of control. So we need to go back to basics, to love, and to adapt to this new life. Forget about what is about. It's the life that you've been held, the hand, right? And you always want to come out a winner, regardless of what it is. Don't be betting on losing. People are losing hope because they're hanging with people who are not being hopeful. It's no mystery You listen to all this craziness? Guys with all this money in the suits and encouraging people to go out there and do stupid things? God has an eye for that. You never want to mislead God's children. That is not good at all. Let me tell you that right now. There's something I learned in my mid-50s and back, is never mislead God's children. Let them if they're going to do it, but you never do it yourself. Do not be one of those people who get on the bad side of this thing. Let's all give hope to each other. The young people out there are on rest because guess what? They're looking at you desperate, the adults. They're looking at us being hopeless. So what's going to happen? They freak out. See, you don't understand. When I was a kid, if anything happened, I used to freak out. Like my mom. What's going to happen? Sorry, So don't act like a child. Be the adult in the home. Bring the love. Love is a strength, endurance. Huh? Right? We are lions in our home. We're not going to surrender. 7.5 billion people in this world. It's not that complicated. Oh, me from them. Smile. Cook some cookies. Give them to the kids. Tell them you love them. If one person loves you, consider yourself the luckiest person on earth. If no one loves you, then you have a lot of work to do. You know what I mean? Don't act like it's not your responsibility. It is all of us' responsibility to be loved because we are capable of loving. Yeah, it's not going to work on everybody. We're not God. Even Him, look, some people don't, right, one way or another, right? But this message is a message of hope. But the real hope to rebirth, to get out of that 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and this is the new 2020. Call mom, call dad, call grandpa, call your uncles, you go back to the 18th century. Where you were lucky to get a letter from somebody and you had to go pick it up like miles and miles away. You run. I remember when I was a kid, I used to get a letter and I run because the postal services only, you had to pay certain to bring it to you. Otherwise, you have to go get it. They call you and you got to go get it. Like when you get those post-dates on your thing, yeah. And you know it's some exciting news. Right now, we take it for granted. Huh? What are we talking about on this stuff all day? Why is the world so technologically advanced and it's chaotic outside? This was supposed to help us, right? So it's like when you were a kid, mom gave you a bicycle, right? But if he gives you a bicycle and he let you go with it, you're going to break all your bones. So she goes, okay, here's your bicycle, but you cannot use it until I'm with you. Now we give our kids all this power, all this technology. We give kids these things that run electrical and they boom, because we don't have time to teach them. We don't have time to. So why we give something like that to our kids? Love. We're not understanding love. I'm not saying you don't love your kids, but we're not understanding love. Love is time. When we came to this earth, we were given 100 years or so to live, and we live in the way we want it. Some people get a piano, fall onto that. Hey, what can you do? That's what they call bad luck, right? But time, spending time, quality time. How many people you know right now, they're going through a hard time? Maybe your husband next to you. Maybe the reason why he's acting like that is because he's locked right here. He's scared. Men get scared, you know. Husband, Maybe the reason why your lady is acting that way is because um, she's, she's, she's losing hope. Women can lose hope if things are not stable too. You gotta give that reinforcement to each other. Children might be acting up because you're there but you're not there. You're just like with a face like like the comet just hit your house. This is not personal. This is life. It's never personal. This is a challenge for you to arrive, to be rebirthed. Maybe what you were doing was not going to take you anywhere anyways. These cemeteries are like parks. They have art every day. It's beautiful for the people that are there. It's very respectful, and I love sometimes taking a little trail there for my walk. And it makes me think. Sometimes I say, if I was one of these stones, what would I like to be written on? Oh my God, it's going, keep writing. Yeah. And I asked the ones that are there, right? I said, do these stones really define who you were? Right? It's just hypothetical. It's just rhetorical. So how do you want to be remembered? A person that lived Christmas every day, or the Grinch, or the night before Christmas? Let's bring the children hope. Let's color home. Let's not be doom and gloom, shopping and spending money and to try to get out of our reality that this is a difficult time in everybody's household. Even the one that's doing well, it's worried because it's a pandemic. Some people talk about, oh, there will be a pandemic, right? And nobody believes. Now we have a pandemic and nobody believes it. People, it is a real thing. It is a real problem. Regardless of how you want to define it, it has affected everybody's life one way or another. Some more than others. Some have benefited from it because life is like that. Depending on the attitude that you take towards something is how you're going to end up your outcome. So guys, I know it's difficult, right? Do what works for you. And don't worry about other people right now in terms of, try to focus on the positive. Everything is political. Depoliticize yourself, your life, your household, and try to live as a human being, regardless of your creed. Leave all that for the day that you're supposed to. The rest of it, just focus on your family. Love them, care for them. Care for the elderly, the children. Those are my main concern. The elderly. Make sure they're secure, they're not scared. Ask them, are you scared? And if they say no, that's fine. Okay? Let's be good human beings, regardless of what we believe in. And if you're a person of faith, you know that that's your responsibility. You can't get out of it. So be strong, stay healthy, and remember, let's celebrate Christmas. Well, let's see if he wants to, okay? Because my internet is acting up right now. But let's celebrate Christmas from now on until eternity. This is not going to change for a while. We're going to change. We're going to make it work for us. We're the ones that are going to make a difference, right? We don't get defined by a situation or a circumstance. We are bigger than that. We are human beings. We are capable, right? My internet is down, so I'm sorry. This is closing right now. Let's see if it comes back before we close. But like I said, the world, our country needs us, right? We don't change because the situations change. If you're a person of faith, you're supposed to stay strong on your principles, right? And be part of the solution and the hope of the rest of the world. So, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way, okay? Take care, guys. God bless you all. And I hope this message has helped you in any way. Please like, share, subscribe. God bless you all. Oh, there you go. It's coming. I got a few.
Now, get the Samsung Galaxy S25G UW on us when you buy any Note 25G. Only at Verizon.
That's it. Hey, gotta support the machine, right? Technical difficulties.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring.
God bless you all. Love you. Take care.